All right, Cedric Hill here, your favorite city manager at Central Alabama Community College. And I am with two gentlemen that have completely turned this place around, and it's continually bringing a sense of pride to this community as we have tried to do. So introduce yourself.
I'm Michael Barnett, Dean of Workforce.
I'm Jerry Krill. I'm the site director here at CAC in Talladega.
So tell us a little bit about CAC.
Well, Center's been here for quite a while. We've gotten Jerry on board with us. Came out of industry, a great find for us. We're trying to revamp the campus and get some new programs in. We've got some good existing programs now, but we'd like to, bring some new programs in. We've had several industry meetings where, we're asking them, what do you want to see? What type of, what can we offer? How can we help? And Jerry, if you want to kind of
Some of the things that we're offering a lot of classes this summer. We've got more classes on the books for this summer than we've had in many, many years here.
Right.
This campus has been here since 2006. But as everybody in the community knows, it's not always been the most active there for a while. COVID hurt a lot of activities and a lot of different events in town. So being here in Talladega, we see this facility, this campus, as being a hub of our community. And whenever we say the word Central Alabama Community College, community is the emphasis that needs to be on that, where we value our interactions with business partners, with industrial partners. As a matter of fact, just before this, the group of people that we were talking to was industry partners from across Talladega and Clay County as well.
Right.
We're trying to make sure we meet the needs of what the community is. So we very much welcome community partners, whether it's businesses or industry, city officials. We welcome those conversations so that we know what the community needs are so that we can help to meet them.
absolutely.
And like you say, community, how important has your interactions with community relations been? I recall our first meeting and we were just brainstorming.
Right.
And I was saying, Steve Marlowe, Brian at NASCAR, I was just
Yeah.
naming his, and he's sitting there writing down. And then about, I don't know, a couple weeks later, you're having these meetings after meetings, and I'm hearing your name buzzing and buzzing. So that community relations aspect, how important has that been to you?
I think
Huge.
the community relations aspect is, first of all, I just want to say thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Seddrick, for everything you've done to help us in this facility and to help our community. You truly are a great asset to our community right here.
Thank you.
The great number of people for a lot of those initial meetings that we held here in this facility came from names that you recommended, names that you suggested. We need to reach out and make communication and contact with these people because we can help to pull our community together.
Right.
That came because of you. Thank you.
And they're all in. The group that we had this morning, it was 12 to 15. We had one yesterday, probably 12 to 15 people. But everybody's eager to make this work. So, and I think our main goal is, you tell us what you need and we'll try to offer it. If not, one thing that was discussed this morning, we offer boot camps. We're doing some boot camps in our other facilities, our Alex City group and then Childersburg group, but we want to bring it here and offer that boot camp to where they can do some type of industrial electronics, have a pathway for that. Well, we've already had several little boot camps here, small boot camps, but we want to put it out to the community. And like I said, with your help, I know one time we talked about putting stuff in the flyer that sends out to, which is fantastic. So you've been a great asset for us. And it's good to be in the community and you hear more about CAC now. And like I said, and with Jerry's help and he's networking and we've got, everybody real positive meeting this morning.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That flyer, that created some buzz.
It is.
Saying, how do I get
right
into the water building? When did this start?
Right.
All those things. So that was great. So as far as some programs, let's go through some of the programs that you offer and how you're partnering with the businesses in the high school.
Well, yesterday we met with some healthcare providers. And one thing that they would like to see is either the phlebotomy or MAT,
Okay.
which is huge. Currently, we've got some classes running. We've got about 44 that are signed up. So We've typically run the phlebotomy here, but we want to bring more if we can.
Mhm.
And like I said, also the industrial electronics side of it, we'll bring that in. We've got the equipment. We just got to get it up here, get the room arranged. CIS, I know that the computer information systems, we're going to offer some more of those so we can get into the cyber side of it and do some that side of it. Also working with our partners, AIB and AIDB, so we can, bring them in on the computer side. So there's tons of things that we can offer. And I think Jerry, if you got, there's a couple more things, business classes. I think.
We're bringing in a lot more office administration program.
Yes.
So one of the things that I've heard, and I know we've both been in some of these meetings where some of the businesses themselves are saying that we need office personnel. Everybody's always focusing on or I think our emphasis is on maintenance. We know every industry, every business needs maintenance personnel.
Right.
This is why we're trying to build up the industrial electronics and some of the other manufacturing, or we call it manufacturing, but it's really maintenance. It's maintenance type programs. But the businesses are also saying we need accountants. We need people to operate
Payroll.
computer systems, payroll. We got that one yesterday.
That's a very important.
Very.
We've got our office administration degree, and we're offering classes on campus here starting this fall. But in addition to that, we've got a host of business classes.
Yeah.
Some of
Child development.
child development is another one. It's really, really big one.
Yeah, he's been working really hard on that one. So
Yeah, so we've got some great partners. TCR is right here in our community, and TCR is a great business partner for CAC.
When you talk about the healthcare, the place, Rehab Select, I've met with them a couple of times about needing more students in their
Yeah.
program as far as at that rehab center. So
Well, Bobby
Yeah.
Stevenson
Mhm.
and Dustin and all those folks,
Yep, yep.
they're great people, and it's nice to be able to partner with them in our community, and we talk with them as well. We try to have interaction with a lot of different people, different sectors of our community, and we have a great relationship with them as well. We very much value it.
there are a ton of jobs in that healthcare sector. And I think right now they were needing just immediately, they could use 18 to 20
right.
immediately.
immediately 18 to 20 nurses, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
there's LPN or
international.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And done a fantastic job with that.
Mhm.
Another thing that we discuss, which is one of my passions, is where we talk about internships. Out of Talladega College, my first internship was with the City of Talladega Public Works Department, which is the street department. And now I'm back, working
Right.
for the city, and it shows that if you give the person opportunity, you can hone in on skills and get them to where you need to be. You talked about the wraparound services as far as not only a scholarship and an internship, but mentorship and all of those things. And the city currently does about 25 college students, 15 high school students for internships every year. So we want to know, how do we include you all in these internships and making sure that students here get that same opportunity.
I think that's something that we really need to, and like you said,
Mhm.
there's an array of jobs out there that city can offer, and they
Mhm.
can come in and shadow or do an internship. Internships are really, really popular, and I think they're much needed because it gives you a student a chance to come in and say, do I really want to do this? Is this where I really want to be in life? And then a lot of internships and apprenticeships, they get there and they stay, or they have the opportunity to stay. So that's really important.
And for us, we didn't. I wanted to do it not necessarily for them to stay at the city.
Right.
Mine was for them to stay. Stay in the community.
In the community.
So we had
Absolutely.
one to end up staying and working in finance, but we had a junior accountant to go to Allen Architects as a junior accountant. We did lose one to Deloitte, California, but I mean that's the
Oh, wow.
that's the but we want to do the same thing with you all and convince these students to stay here.
I think if I can say anything about our community, it's easy to point fingers and to place blame. It doesn't matter any type of leadership position. The finger is always pointed at, why did you mess this up? Why are you not fixing it? solutions are here, and I don't think it's any one person's fault that we have a community that we're rebuilding right now, that's needing to be rebuilt. But I think what you're doing is valuable. Everything with that you're going around with these types of presentations or interactions, and building relationships with the community, building relationships with the different businesses. But if I can offer, I think rather than pointing fingers, we need to look at ourselves in the mirror. We need to say, what is it that I can contribute? What can I do to help make my community a better place? Rather than looking and blaming Cedric, what'd you do wrong? or us at the college, whatever it might be. We need to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, what can I do to help my neighbor? What can I do to help the business next door? We don't think anything about jumping in our cars and running up to Oxford or over to Birmingham to go shopping, bypassing 2 stores on the way right here in Talladega. We don't think anything about that, but then we turn around and we complain because the business is closing down. We need more businesses in Talladega, but yet we're not supporting them. We need to support our local businesses. The other thing we need to make sure we do, support our neighbors, support each other. Be that kind person. Mahatma Gandhi, many years ago, said, be the change you want to see. I very much believe that very same thing. We want to see a community thriving. We need to be that change. I encourage every business to offer a scholarship, offer them to lose, and to offer scholarships for the colleges in this community.
Or co-op or apprenticeships.
Oh, apprenticeship. We've got Talladega College at one end of the street. We're at the other end of the street. But if we can offer those scholarships, what it does in our community, then it helps our younger people or people that need to be retrained or reskilled, even older folks, allows them opportunities to get that skill or training that's necessary. The second thing it does, I encourage, if a business is going to give a scholarship, whether it's $500, $1,500, or $15,000, whatever they're comfortable with, put stipulations on it that student that's taking that scholarship is going to come back and be mentored so many times by me. So if I give something to say a business gives something to a student, they should be following up with them. Don't just give the money and say, bless you, go on your way, but actually be active in that student's academic career and help to prepare them for a work career here in this community.
Well, one thing that President Land always says, if we train them in this community, we want them to stay in this community because they get their education here. They end up living here, working here, because now they've upskilled themselves and they can afford some of these things they may not have been able to afford before. So if they get their training here, hopefully they'll stay here. We want them to be in this community and provide for this community because the community can provide back for them.
One thing I'm very excited about is the partnership with Combined Construction. You mind speaking on that a little bit?
James Nash, Combined Construction, is they're doing a lot of building and a lot of refurbishing in the area. I think they're the ones that's taking down some of the houses for you, even right over across the road, right from us. I'm looking out the window at Tractor Supply, and I think on the backside of Tractor Supply,
about 200 acres
that's looking to be developed back there. We're very excited to be a part of any type of community engagement where we interact with people like James to help improve our overall living standards. Because the thing is as these houses go in, think about all the infrastructure that's around those houses. It's not just about a house being there with somebody living in it, but it's the contractor. It's all the services provided. But then I actually kind of excited because we're right across the road. So that means when they go to school, they can walk to school here. But it's all of the infrastructure that goes with it that's going to be the greater value. It's not just a house. It's more than that. As far as the classes, we're jump in whenever you want, but we're offering a lot of classes here this summer and this fall. Our enrollment numbers are up so significantly. I'm actually feel extremely proud about the numbers here on this site, because our numbers are going up. We know that traditionally across the United States, college enrollment is going down. We're not. Ours is going up, and it's not just going up a little bit. I'm talking 2,400% type from last summer. So we're offering a lot of classes. This coming, I believe it is this summer, we have a biology class, Biology 103. This is the science room right here where the biology class is going to be held. We also have an anatomy class. In both of those classes at this point, we have, there's a scale. This is, oh, I set this on my desk because it reminds me of Michael. And actually, in the science, I always think about, I'm more of a literary person, and I think about Hamlet. This thing and give it a little quick. But this is a science classroom, and we have over 17 people enrolled in both of those classes.
Yeah.
And so for a community college, a local community college, to have over 17 people enrolled in both classes, over 17 people, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yes.
And I think a large emphasis is we've always had a large emphasis on dual enrollment because with dual enrollment, they can start in the 10th grade. Actually, they can start in the summer of their 9th grade, moving to 10th grade. So we've had several students that are actually in that dual enrollment, and they end up graduating almost the same time that they do with CAC. So they have their high school graduation
and
then their
associates.
associate. Absolutely. The beauty about that is we offer a lot of short-term certificates. So some of them are anywhere from 4 classes, which is about 12 hours. And it's pretty much covered by the what we get from the state of Alabama. So we get that, and it's free for the student. As long as you're taking a technical class, you can get an academic, or you can take 2 technical classes, and that's huge. I think on our adult education side, we've got that side going as well. We've had probably the most graduates we've had in years here this year. And one other program we've got is Skills for Success through the Innovation Center. To find out more, you can go to cbc.edu, and we've got programs available, and you can get on there and search through and find anything. The registration and application process, really easy. We urge everybody to get on and
Can you go back to that point about what are the state numbers as far as the population that needs GEDs?
So right now, currently, there's over 400,000 probably in the state of Alabama that need that GED or high school equivalent. Classes are free. Once you go through the process of getting your GED, and then it used to be Ready to Work, now it's ACE. You can get you can get 2 free classes out of that. So, and that's huge. Our GED center works with our career centers. We got great career centers that puts somebody into work back in the industry. Or you may have a 20-week welding class that is funded through WIOA. And through WIOA, they can come in and do that 20-week welding class and get a job. And those jobs, those jobs range, start is 22 up to $35 an hour with that. And a lot of going back to the Skills for Success through the Innovation Center that offered, a lot of those classes are free. Well, no, all those classes are free. From food and beverage to skid steer to hotel operations to optics, fiber optics. I mean, all those classes are free. They go through a 30-hour theory, and then they do a 1 to 2 day lab, and we put them in the industry.
One thing that I want to do is figure out a way to, whenever a student finishes either their GED, high school equivalency, associate's degree, and get employed here in the city, I want us to be able to come back and say, and film it and say, because of CACC, I am now working at this
Right.
employer. And I want to do that on a however long, monthly basis, however long it takes.
Oh, that
But
would be
that's
great.
something that I believe the city can truly partner on, and promoting CAC and the business at the same time.
Well, and there's no reason we shouldn't have some type of signing day
Right.
for that,
Mhm.
because I mean we do it in sports. This is an accomplishment. So I mean, we'd be all for
So
that.
we have
How
to
we-
partner on that.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
probably a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, we have our GED program here is free and is held inside this facility.
Mhm.
And we have, on average, 1 or 2 people per day come through those doors to enroll in GED.
Yeah.
So we're talking between 5 to 8 people per week
Mhm.
that are coming in to register for our GED. And what was the graduation class?
We had 48 to walk in graduation. Some of them had gotten jobs, and so some of them were, for one reason or another, they weren't there. But currently, right now, we're at 93. That so we should hit 100 within the next 2 weeks, and that we'll probably have one of the largest adult ed graduations in the state.
Wow. Where's your graduation held at?
A lot of times we'll have Childersburg, but
Okay.
now we're having it at this past time we had it at the Alex City campus.
Okay.
So,
If I can say one more thing,
Mhm.
I want to put a plug in for Talladega Main Street.
Awesome.
Um, Talladega Main Street is a very integral part of the community. Everything that Seddrick has done and Mary Sue and all the rest of the city staff trying to help our community to be better. A lot of people think that Talladega Main Street is about a specific business or it's about fixing the potholes on the street. That's not the case. It's about reviving our community. It's about making our place a better place to live. It's about making our community something that I'm proud to have my grandkids grow up in. Say this very, very seriously. Been quite an honor to have Talladega Main Street. Most all the meetings are held in this facility.
Nice.
So there's the 4 different committees, and I am recruiting right now. So please, if you're interested in Talladega Main Street, get a hold of somebody. But we have 4 different committees. We're always looking for community engagement, community involvement.
Mhm.
And the board meets here as well. Kathy Rohrig is brought on as our director for the program. April Clark, who's got the fashion business down on the square. She's the president for our board. Donna Renee, who's at the just to the right of the Ritz Theater. We're actually committee chairs together for the organization.
Okay.
It's a very thriving organization, but I want this to be a community. It can't just be a handful of businesses that are participating. It has to be everybody to be successful.
So I actually came to CAC after going to a 4-year college. I wasn't really my style. It was something I wasn't used to. So CAC actually opened the door for me to go back in and learn at my pace that they were willing to help me. At the time when I first started back, I was a single mama struggling, trying to figure out the best way to go. So CAC actually helped me figure that out, and they helped with each and every different major change that I had. My sister, she actually just graduated with a general science degree for communications. So I'm very proud of her. She's the first one in our family to actually get a degree, so I'm looking forward to it.
So would you recommend others to give if they're looking for an education here in this area?
Definitely. I definitely recommend actually trying a community college first. I wish I had went to a community college first and then tried the 4-year college. I would have done a lot better. Had a bigger understanding too.
All right, the city of Talladega here and Central Alabama Community College signing off. We're here working together to restore that sense of pride to our community.